are familiar with the entire concept of with Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Steve
Stephen Yeun.
Yeah. Well, if you recall, Stephen Yeun played Glenn in a show called Walking Dead. All right. And Negan was also in that show. And unfortunately, Glenn and Negan did not have the best of relationships, unfortunately, in this show. Maybe they did, but it didn't end well. I remember Negan saying something to the effect of, "Look at your eye. It's all hanging out and shit. It looks gross."
That's fucked up. Look at that shit.
Gross. Yeah, look at your eye. It's all like hanging out and shit.
Oh, and then when Glenn starts trying to talk, he's like, "Holy shit, you're still going."
Yeah.
Trauma.
It
Trauma.
was so bad. So like
trauma.
I'm sitting there I'm watching this Nolly and I hear the voices. And I'm like, yo, and then all of it, some of it has to do with the same synopsis. I mean, he was trying to save what was it? I forget what Maggie, Maggie in the joint, even though they all brought him around in a circle. But this kind of he got real worked up when Conquest put his hands on Eve. You know what I'm saying? Even though Eve is fairly indestructible. But yeah, man, this was definitely a little traumatic to watch, to relive that scene. I mean, there's very few scenes, Nolly, that stay with you forever, right? Like when a show or a movie does it so well that it never leaves you. You know what I'm saying? Like that was one of those. There is a bunch of crazy stuff happening in this show that I am honestly just completely removed. We've already discussed the fact that they've given us trauma by making us relive the Glenn and Negan scene by putting these two voices up against each other, which is some bullshit, but it happened. I'm gonna keep it real. Now, some of the hardest shit to watch was the level of ferocity that Conquest came out. This dude literally was about to snap little bro in half, Nolly, right in front of him. He was holding him and squeezing. He was like a Twizzler. He was like, "Oh, go ahead over there. I'm gonna fuck with the boy right quick."
The children are saved. They're not.
The children is not okay. He about to took little boy and just knocked all his teeth out. I am kind of curious as to how come he stopped growing. The dude grew like this to almost.
Maybe he's like catching up, or like puberty worked different. I don't know. Like we were trying to figure out why he's purple. His mom is blue.
And how come he got no antlers? You know what I'm saying? Like he's completely like, I guess Dad got the best of that one, but yeah, there's some interesting stuff. Obviously, we don't know everything that's going on. But yeah, I thought that was fascinating. We didn't even talk last week, since we didn't get a chance to talk too much about Invincible. We didn't get to talk about the fact that Rex, spoiler alert, for those who haven't watched it, you should have already known, but Rex did not make it through the Invincible apocalypse. And
which I'm upset about.
Talk to me, Nolly. Talk to me.
Okay, because when I started watching, my first thing was, I hope Rex dies. Now, why he died after he had a little maturity growth spurt, now I feel bad about it.
Because that's the best way. The best way is to show somebody with some sort of character arc, right? So that they don't just, you don't feel something if they don't have like if Rex had just died an asshole, it'd be like, all right, well, Rex. But to see him have a chance at love, at life, at a new beginning, and to have it stripped away, not because of anything other than valor, him wanting to save his clique. I mean, he completely redid his image. Now, here's something that some people have not been saying about Invincible that I think needs to be said. They have been very Marvel-esque with their revivals. You know, we lost a multiple girl or whatever, and she's alive. You know what I'm saying? I think freaking old boy. My man with the big, I always forget his name.
Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah, Sterling K. Brown's character is always like dying, but still not really dead. Bro,
like let go and let God. At some point, you got to move on.
Yeah, and then
it's getting weird.
Adam Eve kind of died, I guess, a little bit, but not for real, you know what I'm saying? So there was that. And then it's like so I'm hard pressed to believe that Rex is gone. They even have a dude in Cecil, that works with Cecil, who's basically an android who's got like they could just make like nobody really dies. It's being very multiverse with it, you know. And I think that there's a slippery slope there. So if Rex is gone, he should be gone. Like, don't do this thing where you kill him and then bring him back and make him a robot and all this other stuff.
Technically, he's not gone, because remember, Robot's fleshy body is a clone of Rex.
Oh yeah. Oh man. But he's young. Oh wow.
But also Rex was like part android too when they fixed him after he almost died. So like but he did blow himself up still. Maybe there's not enough pieces left to like put it back together, you know, like Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, but you know what they're gonna do in this world, they're probably gonna end up making him a clone. You know what I'm saying? And then he's gonna come back.
They probably got some Rex leftovers saved in the fridge, you know, for later.
A little bit of Rex, just throw some Rex on this salad. And also the dude that plays him, Jason Mantzoukas, you know what I'm saying? That plays his voice. Got to give him a little bit of credit, right? I like the way his character was voiced, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, man, get big up to Robert Kirkman.
I'm trying.
Yeah, that's right. We quick learners over here, Big Ant. Shout out to Ant and Yaz in the chat. Appreciate y'all pulling up. So yeah, man, I'm loving the knowledge, the wherewithal to know that it's going to add heart to kill off a character. Like, please, I mean, as much as you hate to see him go, it adds heart. It adds more to the story. So thank you for doing that. Now we did have a few, you know, a few holes. You know, we saw Angstrom Levy.
I'm over here calling him Angus because his head's so meaty.
He got a meaty head, yo. That's what we doing. It's the meaty head. Come on. All right, so we got meaty head Angus beef right here. Who
he needs therapy.
I love this episode. His episode where he had all of the joints coming out of the hole. Oh wow, I almost said something crazy. I almost said all of the joints coming out of the holes, but he did. He had those portals and he had all the little balls coming out. The balls coming out of the holes. Next subject. Well, I'm sorry, Sterling. Oh shoot, Steph is here. What's going on, Steph? Got to get Steph in here in a second. So we had that. I like that, but you notice how he went from conqueror to low key indentured servant after he went back to him, was like, fix me, motherfucker. And was like, hold on.
That's how it always be. When you get too big for your britches and you so focused on one thing, especially when it comes to revenge, you end up skipping everything else, not paying no mind to nothing else around you, and then you end up shit out of luck.
Wow. It just seems so weird because he was so powerful. He had so much chance, so much opportunity to do whatever he wanted to, but it felt like he just got obsessed with Invincible for whatever reason. And as a result, you know, he now is an indentured servant. You know what I'm saying? But man, I mean, the dude was freaking outstanding with his voice. He literally is in Paradise, which is a show I know Steph loves. And he's right here on this show again as well. I mean, he's given everything that we want in Black Lead. And I hope that his flower toss session is not anywhere.
I want to see Sterling K. Brown play a villain live action. I feel like, and then I would watch it and I wouldn't know whether or not to be turned on or afraid because he would do so good, or both.